Good morning and welcome to this Weber County Commission meeting on the 19th day of March.
Recording in progress.
We appreciate the many of you that are in the audience today. We're at about 300% of our normal day, and we appreciate all of you here. We also appreciate those who've joined us online. Ms. Skeen, do we have Commissioner Frohr online? So we are a full body today. So we have Commissioner Frohr, who's with us online. Commissioner Bolos is seated to my right, and I'm Commissioner Harvey. Thanks for being here. We're fortunate to have the director of the Ogden Eccles Conference Center and Piers Egyptian Theater, Ms. Cassie Bybee, who will lead us today in the Pledge of Allegiance. And then Council Brandon Quinney will give us our invocation, followed by our thought of the day by Commissioner Sharon Bolos. We'll go to that point. Ms. Bybee.
Our beloved God in heaven, we are always grateful to gather today on these Tuesdays, meet with our leadership, our commission, and to carry the business of the county forward. And we know that you are watching over us and hoping the best for this county and for the residents within it. And we ask that we will be mindful of that intent and carry it out with humility, with kindness to others. We always ask for greater and heightened sense of love for those who come to the county, who seek help, and to those we serve directly and indirectly. We are grateful for the opportunity to serve, and we will carry this out as much and as well as we can. Bless our commission today to make good and sound decisions, to be well informed, and to be healthy in general. And we say these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Commissioner Bolos.
Yesterday, Chair Harvey, you know that we had a preliminary work session, and Commissioner Frohr was there with us, and we talked about RAMP and an upcoming resolution to put RAMP back on the ballot this fall. It's a 10-year commitment that began 20 years ago, with the residents of the county voting to impose that small portion of a sales tax increment to fund recreation, arts, museums, and parks in our county. And it's kind of nice to know that every 10 years we have a chance to look around and reflect on all the projects that RAMP has funded. And I'm really excited about this upcoming year because it's on the ballot. I think people will start to notice those signs, and one of the requirements for RAMP projects is that RAMP's logo goes on those productions, on those parks, on those any project that RAMP helps to fund is required to have a RAMP logo, and it's a great opportunity for residents to see exactly what that small sales tax does to benefit them and their lives in our county. So I just wanted to bring that to the attention of the public and watch for that in coming weeks as we look to adopt that resolution. I'm really excited about it.
Thank you, Commissioner. Appreciate those thoughts. I believe, and I'm probably off a little bit here, but I think it's 40 cents a month per household that we've benefited more than nearly $100 million in the 20 years that it's been going on. So that's been a wonderful give back for recreation, arts, museums, and parks in our county. So that's been great. Appreciate that. We'll now move to item number E, like Echo, on our agenda, which is the comments from the public. Is there anyone here in person that would like to address the commission on items related to the agenda today? Hearing none, are there any online? Hearing none, we'll continue with our agenda today. Item number F, and I'll move through these quickly. Item F is a request for approval of warrants 101-322 through and including 101-695. and 482,933 through and including 43,065, and 345 through and including 346 in the amount of $1,071,515.07. Item number 2 is a request for approval of purchase orders in the amount of $711,946.51. And item number 3 is a summary of warrants for purchase orders. We'll go to the great Ricky Hatch for an explanation of the breakdown of some of the majors on that. Mr. Hatch?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We issued 18 purchase orders this week for $712,000. 73% of that amount, or $519,000, is for the sheriff's office to purchase upgrades to the Motorola radio system. 17%, or $121,000, is for the jail, and that will go towards the roof repair at the Kiesel facility, as well as a generator. We issued, as far as checks, we issued 179 payments this week for $1.1 million. 27% of that amount, or $288,000, was for ramp awards that went to multiple entities. Then we had 2 items at 12%, or about $130,000 each. One was for the conference center remodel expenses, and the other is for the library, which will paid for equipment maintenance as well as utilities.
Very good, Mr. Hatch. Questions? Commissioner Frohr, I'll go to you first. Any questions?
None for me. Thank you very much.
Commissioner Bolos?
None for me. You ready for a motion?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I'd like to continue
sorry.
with item number 4, a request for approval of minutes for the meeting held on March 12th, 2024. Item 5 is a request for approval of new business licenses. Item 6 is a request for approval of an interlocal agreement by and between Weber County and West Haven City relating to the delivery of the municipal solid waste to Weber County Transfer Station. Item 7 is a request for approval of an encroachment agreement by and between Weber County and Tesoro Logistics, Northwest Pipeline LLC, and BLBP JV LLC relating to the small portion of the 2350 North Street that crosses the Tesoro Pipeline. Item number 8 is a request for approval of the following human resource policies. 4-200, which is the leave practices, 2-500 regarding attendance, 6-100 regarding tuition reimbursement, 2-900 regarding telecommuting. Item 6-400 internships, and item 6-500 volunteers. Item 9 is a request for approval of a local transportation funding agreement by and between Weber County and Far West City to establish terms related to the Far West City 1740 West expansion project. And then item number 10 is a request for approval of a local transportation funding agreement by and between Weber County and Far West City to establish terms related to the Far West City 3300 North Phase 1 project. Commissioners, any questions concerning any of the items read or presented today on the consent? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion. I just want to make a quick comment on item
Please.
8. We've spent a lot of time with Ms. Emily Wild and her team talking about these HR policies that they've made some changes to and just kind of tightened things up and clarified, and I really appreciate the work that they've done. Oh, there you are in the back. To do that, because they do things to benefit our employees, and it's nice to review those once in a while and make sure everything's in line, so I appreciate that.
Thanks
and
for
with
your-
that, I will make a motion to approve consent items F 1 through 10.
We have a motion.
I'd be happy to second the motion, also second the comments made by Commissioner Bolos. Spot on.
Thank you, yes. Thank you so much. Ryan, I see you here, and Emily, appreciate all your work on that and your team, and Commissioner Bolos, in as much as this is in your portfolio and have more detail on that. Thanks for providing that explanation. With that motion and second, I'll place that for vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries unanimously. Thank you. Commissioners, we're going to divert a little bit. Item number G1, I'm going to entertain a motion to convene the board, to adjourn this Weber County Commission meeting and convene the Weber County Board of Canvassers.
So moved.
Have a motion?
Second.
Second roll call vote. Craig, Mr. Brandt, go ahead for a roll call for convene that meeting.
Roll call vote to convene the Board of Canvassers. Commissioner Bolos.
Aye.
Commissioner Frohr.
Aye.
Chair Harvey.
Aye, motion carries. Thank you. We're now in the Board of Canvassers meeting. Canvass meeting. This is the Weber County Board of Canvass. This is to certify the results of the March 5th, 2024 Democratic presidential primary election. We have Ms. Lauren Schaefer here to present that to us. Ms. Schaefer, go ahead, please.
Good morning. I have
Morning.
lots of fun stats for you, and then I'll read out the totals. Weber County sent out 18,244 ballots. We got a return of 5,305. So we had about a 30.34% turnout for this election. We only had 10 provisional ballots casted. 8 of them we counted, 2 we rejected because 1 already had voted, and 1 had an incomplete registration. We rejected 78 other ballots. They were 46 returned past deadline, 26 signatures did not match the voter record, 4 had unsigned envelopes, 1 empty envelope, and 1 was signed by someone other than the voter. And now I will read out the results. So, for the winner of the 2024 presidential Democratic primary, we had Joseph R. Biden Jr. with 4,558 votes. Then we had Marianne Deborah Williamson with 295 votes, Dean Benson Phillips, 136 votes, Gabriel Cornejo, 116, Frank Lozada, 69. And that's it.
Very good questions for Ms. Schaefer. I'll go to you, Mr. Crockett. Is there anything action we need to take, or we just need to hear this as Board of Canvassers, or accept, I think is we need to accept or certify this, correct?
Great. Certify the results and accept them.
Great. So I'll entertain a motion to certify these results and accept them.
I motion to certify and accept the results of the March 5th, 2024 Democratic presidential primary election.
We have a motion.
Second.
And a second. I'll place that motion for vote. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll now entertain a motion to leave or to adjourn the Board of Canvass and go back into a commission meeting.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Thank you. We're now back in our regularly scheduled Weber County Commission meeting. I'll go to item number 2. This one is a resolution. It's resolution number 16-2024. It's a request for the county commissioners of Weber County to appoint 2 representatives to serve on all taxing entity committees created in accordance with the Utah Code ANN 17C1-402 for all project areas within the unincorporated and unincorporated areas of Weber County. Mr. Brandon Quinney.
That's quite a mouthful, isn't it?
Oh, I'll say, but I've never known an attorney to be wordy. That's
Well,
okay.
Unfortunately, we don't charge by the word, so it doesn't do us
Boy,
any
I'll
good.
say.
We just like
Okay.
to look fancy. Commissioners, this is a resolution to appoint, as Chair Harvey had pointed out, to appoint members to the taxing entity committees throughout the unincorporated and incorporated areas of Weber County. So there are certain project areas under the Limited Purpose Local Government Entities Community Reinvestment Agency Act that are subject to this kind of committee. The county is entitled to have 2 members on each committee that exists within incorporated and unincorporated Weber County. This resolution updates that membership to current employees of the county. There have been a few names that have been submitted, I believe, for consideration to be placed on this committee. Stephanie Russell and Stephanie Ebert to be the 2 representatives, and Scott Park to act in the absence of either of them. And again, this would apply to all taxing entity committees across the entire county. If you have any questions for me, I am available to answer.
Commissioners, questions?
None for me.
None for me.
Great. Then I'll entertain a motion for approval of Resolution 16-2024.
Move to approve Resolution 16-2024.
Second.
Great. I have a motion and a second to place that motion for vote. Mr. Brandt.
Roll call vote for Resolution 16-2024. Commissioner Faur,
Aye.
Commissioner Bolos.
Aye.
Chair Harvey.
Aye, motion carries. Thank you very much, Commissioners. Mr. Quinney, and thanks for your prayer this morning.
Thank you.
Item number 3 is a request for approval of the Resolution 17-2024, the County Commissioners of Weber County appointing trustees to the Powder Mountain Water and Sewer Improvement District. Ms. Stacy Skeen.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
I received a couple of notifications from the Powder Mountain Water and Sewer Improvement District Board. They had a member, Ron Wilson, who was resigning from the board. It created a vacant position for a midterm. I received 4 applications that you have before you for consideration for his position, that it would expire at 12/31/2025. Then I received another notification for an additional midterm position for Robert Cabot. His position expires 12/31/2024, and you have 6 applications to consider for his midterm vacancy.
Thank you, Ms. Skeen. Anything else? Commissioners,
No,
any
that's it.
comments or questions regarding this? And I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve Resolution 17-2024, appointing Andrew N. Stark to the position that expires on 12/31/2025, and Francis Xavier Helgeson to the position that expires 12/31/2024.
Okay, I have a motion.
I'm happy to second that.
Great, I have a motion and a second. I'll place that motion for vote with a roll call. Mr. Brandt?
Roll call vote for Resolution 17-2024. Commissioner Faur,
Aye.
Commissioner Bolos,
Aye.
Chair Harvey.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Skeen. Item number 4, Chief Reese, is a request for approval of a contract by and between Weber County and Axum Enterprises, Inc. for TASER 7 Basic Bundle for correctional deputies. Go ahead.
Thank you, Chair. I would like to begin by giving gratitude and thanks to Brian Barron. He did a significant amount of work on this contract with the minutia and details, and I appreciate his brain power. What this contract does is properly equips corrections deputies to fall within our existing policy to carry less lethal rather than simply our service weapon. So it gives our deputies more tools to go to if they need to deploy those tools.
Great. Questions regarding this, Commissioner Bolos? Inasmuch as this is in your portfolio, any comments on this?
No.
Great. I'll entertain a motion.
I motion to approve the contract by and between Weber County and Axon Enterprise as presented by Chief Reese.
Have a motion?
Second.
Have a motion and a second. I'll place that motion for vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Aye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very much. Great. Item number 5, Commissioners, is a request for approval of a contract by and between Weber County and Nation Design and Trade Network, Inc., doing business as Interior Solutions for the Ogden Eccles Conference Center, the remodel of the interior furnishing. The incomparable Cassie Bybee, thank you for all you do, Cassie, and thanks for a wonderful Celtic celebration last night. Packed house, green, a different kind of green at the conference center and the Perry's Egyptian than they get out at the fairgrounds, and it's much, doesn't smell as bad. It's actually nice, so wonderful. Go ahead.
Yes, thank you, Commissioners. I just want to start by, if I can, take just a moment and thank Sharon for her comments this morning about RAMP. I just want to second that what RAMP does for, I know, the theater and Culture Parks and Rec as a whole, we just couldn't do the projects and have the programs that we do without RAMP. So I hope that we can all take part in helping to get that message, that positive message out to the voters, that this is a no-brainer, that they really need to participate in this. So thank you for your comments. Now back to my contract. So we went through the purchasing, and there were actually 6 companies that bid on this that went out to RFP and bid on this proposal and things. And then after going through all of the guidelines there, we have decided upon this National Design and Trade, not only because of their pricing and things, but also their experience and the products that they can get. So everything that we had chosen in the furniture and things that they are able to accommodate. There is just over about $107,000 that will go on state contract that is not included in this. Some executive conference chairs and boardroom chairs and some different things that will go out on a different state contract. But even with this contract being at like $746,000 and some odd change, we're still about $200,000 under budget for our furniture allowance, the FFE, at the remodel. So we're still coming in under budget, so we feel really, really good about that, and we've gotten everything that we've really asked for. So it's going to have a complete new look and feel. Also, I just wanted to point out that this contract has been reviewed already by legal, and they requested no changes in things, so that they've reviewed this as well. So do you have any questions?
No questions for me, but you've done a wonderful job and making sure you don't just stay in budget, but you're below budget. I know that you're very meticulous in the things that are moving back into there, and wonderful job, Ms. Bybee. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Commissioner Bolos, Commissioner Frohr, comments for Ms. Bybee?
None for me, thanks.
Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve the contract by and between Weber County and Nation Design and Trade Network DBA Interior Solutions.
Great, we have a motion and a second. I'll place that motion for vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Commissioners, now's the time we've all been waiting for, to go into a public hearing. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn our public meeting and convene a public hearing.
So moved.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. Place that for vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. We're now in a public hearing. This is a public hearing for discussion of a possible action on a request for approval of a zoning map amendment to rezone 25.21 acres of property located at approximately 900 south and 4700 west, Ogden, from the A1 agricultural to the R115 residential, roughly 15,000 square foot lots, and R3 multifamily lots, together with an association development agreement between Aspen Heights LLC and Weber County, ZMA 2013-13. Our presenter today will be that bow tie wearing Bill Kobabe. Mr. Kobabe, welcome and thank you for your presentation today. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Commissioners. Good morning. We don't get paid by the word either, thank goodness. So it's a long agenda item. We talked about this last week in a work session. I don't have much more to add to what has already been said, except that I wanted to read in the Planning Commission recommendation, which was voted on September 19th, 2024. They held a public hearing as well and voted unanimously to recommend approval by the County Commission of the item. Based on the following findings: that the proposal implements certain goals and policies, the West Central Weber General Plan, and the development is not detrimental to the overall health, safety, and welfare of the community. They also had the following stipulations that they wanted to make sure that were looked at and addressed: that the applicant voluntarily follows the county street connectivity incentivized subdivision regulations. The concept plan represents the approved general development plan regarding the placement of streets and pathways. 3 additional pathways and/or streets need to be added to the concept plan to meet the minimum intent of the street connectivity incentivized subdivision regulations. Number 4, the applicant will donate the committed parks donation to the Park District prior to plat recordation, if that's what they work out. That's something that still needs to be worked out between the Parks District, but that will be worked out as we go through the subdivision process. And number 5, in the R3 zone, the applicant is limited to no more than 18 units per acre or a pro rata share of the acres. For example, 1/2 acre would be 9 units.
Thank you.
You're
Does
welcome.
that conclude your
That's
presentation
all I've got,
today, Mr.
unless you have
Kobabe?
questions for me.
No, not right yet. Commissioner Frohr, this being in your portfolio, do you have any questions today for Mr. Kobabe, the presenter?
No questions, a comment though, if I might, Mr.
Please,
Chair.
thank you.
I think Mr. Kobe maybe stated September 2024 for that planning commission. I think the correct is probably 2023, unless
Yes,
maybe
sir, that's
I'm
correct.
in the wrong time zone.
That is absolutely correct.
Sometimes it gets a little nerve-wracking making a presentation, and that's
But-
okay.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Anyway, but with that, I would just say we've been through this in work session. I think that the incentives that were placed by the planning commission make sense. And so I appreciate the work of both the Planning Commission and our planners.
Great. Any other comments or questions?
Thank you.
Great. Hold on, Mr. Kobabe, not just quite yet. We now will move to the public comment portion of our agenda, which will allow public comments to be heard on this particular issue. Are there any in person that would like to comment on this? Seeing none, I'll move to online. Mr. Skeen? No online? Great. Then we'll now move to, I'll request a motion to adjourn our public hearing and convene a public meeting.
So moved.
We have a motion?
Second.
And a second. I'll place that motion for vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Now we'll move back into our public hearing, and this is, I'll entertain a request for approval of a zoning map amendment. This is Commissioners 2024-09 to rezone 25.21 acres of property of a piece of property located approximately 900 south and 4700 west from Ogden A1 agriculture to R115 residential, roughly 15,000 square foot lots, and R3 multifamily lots, together with an association development agreement between the Aspen Heights LLC and Weaver County ZMA 2023-13. I'll entertain a motion again.
This is an ordinance, correct?
Correct? No, it's a
Ordinance.
ordinance.
Make a motion to approve ordinance 2024-09.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Mr. Brandt for the roll call.
Roll call vote for ordinance 2024-09. Commissioner Faur?
Aye.
Commissioner Bolos?
Aye.
Chair Harvey?
Aye. Thank you. The motion carries unanimously. We'll now move to item number I on our agenda, Commissioner comments. Commissioner
None
Bolos.
for me.
Commissioner Faur.
Well, actually, I do.
That's
It might
great.
surprise you. I just want to say how good you guys look from this angle, you know? It's a little different angle than I'm used to, but you're looking very professional. And it looks like you left a few open seats down there for the public, which I'm happy for, but I'm headed off to some water meetings. I'll bring back some information for you. I'm excited to see some of the studies and results of the money, the $120 million that the state spent on, well, actually more than that to take last year, on putting water into the Great Salt Lake. So there'll be some seminars on that today, and we'll see if our money is actually paying dividends for water to the Great Salt Lake.
Thanks for representing us down there today, especially with I love what you do with waterboarding, so to speak. So.
It's always fun.
Yeah. Yeah, that's okay. Appreciate those boards you participate in, though, Commissioner. Thank you. And tell your lovely bride hello as well. Great.
She said hi back.
If there's no other comments, then I'll entertain a motion for item number J.
Motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
Great. We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. We're adjourned.
Have a great day, guys.